they're going to do it. On July 1st, in the Swiss town of Icone, the Society of St. Pius X plans to consecrate 5 new bishops. No permission from Pope Leo XIV. No papal mandate. And in a stunning rebuke to the Vatican, Father Davide Pagliarani, the Society's Superior General, has just declared that the rupture does not come from them. It comes from Rome's flagrant divergence from tradition. Pagliarani's words, published in an internal interview with laportelatine.org on April 23, 2026, are devastating. He states bluntly, "The episcopal consecrations are not a rebellion, but the response to a cruel necessity. The SSPX is a sign of contradiction, a thorn in the side of reformers who have normalized doctrinal error while marginalizing those who refuse to accept it." The numbers are staggering. According to SSPX statistics, the Society now counts 733 priests, 264 seminarians, and an estimated 600,000 faithful worldwide who attend its masses. This is not a fringe group. This is a global reality that the Vatican chooses to ignore, or worse, to threaten with excommunication. Here is the detail that cuts deepest. Pagliarani reveals that when he asked to meet Pope Francis at the Vatican, he was granted an audience within 24 hours, and he was particularly affable. But Pope Leo? Silence. No personal reply. No outreach. Pagliarani is surprised that there has so far been no personal reply or reaction from the Holy Father. The irony is cruel. The Vatican is preparing to declare a society with more than 1,000 members and hundreds of thousands of faithful as schismatic. Yet the Pope refuses to sit down with its leader. Pagliarani's plea is simple. Before possibly declaring schismatic a society which counts more than 1,000 members, it might be desirable to know personally those who are to be judged. Not all bishops are silent. Pagliarani singles out Bishop Athanasius Schneider and Bishop Joseph Strickland for extraordinary praise. Schneider has argued that any excommunication imposed on the SSPX would be canonically invalid because there is no schismatic intent. "You cannot be punished when you have not the intention to do it," Schneider said. Pagliarani predicts Schneider's interventions will pass into history as monuments of clarity. Bishop Strickland, removed from his diocese by Pope Francis in 2023, has also stepped forward. In his analysis, Strickland argued that the SSPX's decision should not be seen as rebellion, but as a response to a spiritual state of necessity. The Church exists for the salvation of souls. When the administrative structure fails in this mission, the preservation of tradition becomes an absolute priority. Even the late Bishop Vitus Wander, before his death 2 years ago, was actively encouraging the SSPX to proceed. Pagliarani's final words are a warning. The scourge of doctrinal pluralism is contaminating even sound souls. Indifferentism is spreading. The July 1st consecrations are a salutary jolt, an act meant to force the Church to recognize the gravity of its own crisis. The traditionalist faithful are watching. The Vatican offers dialogue only if the SSPX cancels the consecrations. The SSPX refuses. And while the Pope remains silent, bishops like Schneider and Strickland are speaking the truth that Rome will not. The question is no longer whether a schism will happen. It is whether Rome will finally listen before it is too late.